Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace.
Dusty Vision TV, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please tell a friend about my program. Let me go on and get my joint lit up. Got my beer going. See, 562 has a big spot in my heart, so I always try to show love on my platform to artists from the 562. And on the line, I have one of the dopest MCs that I've ran into in a minute. He's pushing his new single, Rah Rah, which you can find on YouTube and all other streaming services. Ladies and gentlemen, repping Norwalk, California, I have Rich Avelli. What up, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo,
hey,
dog.
It's a pleasure, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate you, like I said, joining the program, and also appreciate this good music that you're putting out. You know, one common theme on my show is no trash music gets played on my program. So, you know what I mean? The fact that I have you here, you know what I'm saying? That means that you definitely pass my high standards. I'm I'm the biggest critic, man. But it's always good to hear somebody at the 562 that's spitting it, man.
Yeah, for real, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah. And before we get started, I've listened to more of your music besides Rah Rah, you know, just some stuff on your IG and everything. And I encourage everybody out there to go to his Instagram, Rich Avelli. It'll be the first one that pops up. And I can feel your pain through your music, dog. That's one thing that I really love about music. You know, people like Tupac have been, a big inspiration when it comes to hip hop and things like that. So talk to me about where you draw, that pain from, dog.
My life, man. I've been through some crazy shit, and I feel like it's just time for me to share it with people. Like, you know, I've had homies that rap, you know, throughout like all NORWALK and shit, and I never really did it. I never really took it serious. So like when I started taking it serious, I feel like it's just when I started expressing myself.
Yeah, I like that. You said you had a line, for every tear my mama cried, I'm a flood in eyes. Said that's some deep shit right there, man.
Hey, man, meant that.
You did a song with Double G where you broke down where you broke down the 562. Describe the 562 for people out there who are unfamiliar.
Man, the 562 is like area like between like Long Beach, Norwalk, like Paramount, Compton. It's like Bellflower, all that, man. And it's like we're just our own little side, you know. Just the Southeast. We're all just. I feel like we have our own little flavor that we haven't brought to the music industry.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, Snoop is the biggest one out the 562, but Long Beach is kind of its own, you know, thing because they're so big. But there's so many other areas of the 562, and they're definitely putting out some gems of music. There's a few things though that I want to talk about before we get into maybe some music related topics and a little bit more into your life. But let's go all the way back, man. I want to know more about Rich Avelli. Did you grow up in Norwalk? Yeah,
I did, man. I went to New River, Corrales, and I got kicked out of Norwalk High.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little while. But what was your upbringing like? You know, was mom around, dad around?
Yeah, they was both around for a little bit. Then my dad left when I was like in 5th grade. And then it was just mom, you know, just mom's working like 2 jobs and shit. And I was just, you know, out being bad, I would call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you let's go back to a post that I noticed where you kicked a sick ass freestyle on your Instagram, and back in 2015 you were homeless. You crashed your car.
Yeah.
You was charged with a DUI. You lost your best friend, and you quote lost yourself to the streets. Let's talk about 2015. Seemed to be like a rough year for you, but let's start from the beginning. Around that year, what was the first thing that hit you?
The first thing that hit me, I got my DUI January 1st, 2015.
Damn, right off top, huh?
Yeah, right off top. I got in a crash my shit. And yeah, man, that's how I started the year, and just from there, it just kept going worse and worse. You know? Yeah. Just
out drinking, doing whatever, and just hop
that
behind the
time
wheel.
I wasn't even drinking, man. I mean, I was a little bit, but you know, just I was doing, you know, just being young and crazy. You know. So.
Yeah. Doing other shit. I've heard you mention it in your song, so you know it's all good. But yeah, so damn, off top, 2015, January 1st, crash your car and get a DUI. That's a double shot right there. And you said that how'd you become homeless?
I just got kicked out where I was living at. I was living with my aunt. She kicked me out, and I just started living off. Like I started sleeping like in my uncle's vehicles. Like I would ask my homie that passed away. I would ask him. He would let me borrow his car actually, and I would sleep in his Altima. And then I'll just give it to him in the morning and shit like that.
Yeah.
Man, I was just going. Yeah, so I was just bad, down bad. I was really down bad, and then I was just getting into problems. I was just getting into fights, fucking like just doing dumb shit. We just running amok, and then my best friend passed away, so I feel like that just kind of tore everything apart too. It's like your road dog. You have your road dog for the rest of your life.
Damn. Yeah. And yeah. Tell me about your best friend. What happened?
Man, he was walking out. He was drinking. They were drinking. I think they were drinking in car accident or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. to him, man.
R.I.P. Yeah, for sure.
Damn. 2015 was a motherfucker. And then you said you lost yourself to the streets. What did you mean by that?
So I was trapping, fucking, like getting into fights. I was fucking my homies with gangbang, so I was just running with them, So, yeah, it was like, it was a little, I was like I guess like, I was still young too, so, I was just I was just doing what I knew at that time.
Yeah. Shit, we've all been there, homie.
Yeah.
Trying to make a way out somehow. I get it. No judgment on my program, dog. So you said you were trapping. What were you selling?
Yeah. Jeez. Just, packs. I was flipping packs and shit like that. Just other, just a little bit of other stuff.
Yeah. Shit, man, dog. All right, 2015. So you lost yourself to the streets. You lost your best friend. You got a DUI. You're homeless. How are you staying sane?
Honestly, dude, I was just probably like sipping lean, and I was just probably freestyling to the homies. Because at that time, I used to rap, but just freestyle when we was kicking it. Like I wouldn't. It was never really serious for me. Like I knew I was good, but I just didn't really like pursue it or anything. Like my friends would like tell me like, "Oh, we'll be at a party," and they'll be like, "Hey, my homie can rap, freestyle," and I'll start freestyling in front of people, and people would like it. So I knew I was cool, like So I was like, "Oh, I'm pretty good at it then." But I just never really took it serious at that time. My mind wasn't like on rap; it was more like on making money and shit. So I was just really on that shit at that time.
Yeah, you quoted. You said, and I quote, "22 with the passion, and life took me down a different path."
Yeah.
So you were around 22 at that time?
Yeah, I was 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So shit, well, rap seems to be like it was there for you when shit was at its lowest and its worst. When did you start fucking with hip hop?
Honestly, when I was like probably in 6th grade, me and my homies in middle school, I used to have like some old school mixcraft. We downloaded, and like we just used to have like this like janky ass microphone, and we used to just rap, and we used to record ourselves, and then like we used to just do that. Like that was just fun for us, We used to tag, so we used to always listen to hip hop. Like growing up, I used to just listen to like Immortal Technique, Psycho Realm. We were big fans of Psycho Realm.
Yeah, shout out Psycho Realm, man. I was just at the studio.
Yeah, actually, like I went to one of his videos. My homies came out in a couple of their videos when we were younger. Lands of Shadows.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to like we met Muggsy. I met like big dudes, like all of them. Like
that's dope.
That was pretty cool, man. Yeah, so I was really into hip hop at that time, Living Legends, all that shit. Like we used to just rap like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
One place I used to get a lot of my music from, specifically my music that was from Latino rappers, was from NORWALK Records. Is NORWALK Records still around, to the best of your knowledge?
Not that I know of, man.
Yeah. Damn, that was the place, homie. That was the spot. They would always get the albums early, and I remember just getting like the Mexiclan and Feed Me Hyena, and just shit at that spot.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, that was a dope spot, man. Yeah, NORWALK definitely, like I said, has a special place in my heart. It could get rough at times, you know what I'm saying? But it's part of the reason why I am what I am, today. What what are your general thoughts on the city of Norwalk?
I mean, right now, honestly, I don't have too many. I just see that it's growing. So a lot of stores opening up. It's getting more like, you know, a lot different. It's like diverse. And it's like, yeah, you know, like the schools, they're fixing up the schools, which is a plus, you know. I think they should invest in schools.
Yeah.
I just see it like taking a turn, you know, for like, it's like evolving with everything else that's moving on.
Yeah. See, I'm 43, so when I was coming up in the early 90s, Norwalk was the hood. Like, I lived in Downey, and, like, it was like, you go to Norwalk, like, it's like, okay, you go to the
it's
hood.
still active. Yeah, man, it's still active. It's still popping, you know? But, like, I've also seen, like, the other change, you know, with the city actually doing the change.
That's good.
Yeah.
I love hearing shit like that, man. So what got you kicked out of Norwalk High?
I got in a fight. I didn't even get in a fight. Some kid was walking out on my 8th grade, the last day. Like, we didn't like this kid, whatever. He was just walking out. And he was getting walked out like 2 weeks. No, he was getting walked out like 20 minutes before like the bell rang. Like, I caught him walking out, and I just ran out the door, and like I just said, like I just called him out. We just got into it, and then just since I was my last day on 8th grade, they're like, you know what, you're just suspended from Norwalk like the first week. And then after that, I just never like. I don't think like they ever let me back in or some shit like that because I don't remember going back. Like,
okay.
Yeah. I went like to different continuation schools like throughout the city. Like, then I went to like Anaheim. I was in school in Anaheim. Then I went to like another like continuation in like Lakewood. Then I graduated from like Paramount and shit. Yeah, so I was just like always getting kicked out of school. Like I wasn't really like, you know, I was just always wilding out.
Yeah. Did you have a problem with authority when you were coming up?
Man, I don't even know. Yeah, I just think, yeah, you know, like I don't even know what it was. I just think I was just like not, if school wasn't for me, you know how some people, school's not for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe I was one of those.
Gotcha.
Because I love to read. I love to read and all that. So, like, for me, like, to really not like school probably was just, like, my mind wasn't there at that time. I couldn't concentrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Like I said, fast forward, you know, it turned into some dope-ass music. And once again, I encourage everybody out there to go to IG and check out. He has more music on IG, it seems like. Probably more coming to YouTube, I'm sure. But, yeah, Rich Avelli on Instagram. Definitely check him out. His freestyles are dope as shit. If I can have you for about 10 more minutes, I'd like to talk a little bit of hip-hop with you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, shit, man, let's talk about, you know, rap nowadays. It seems like rappers are easy food right now. You know, they're getting it from other rappers. They're getting it from, you know, they're getting shot from jack boys on the street. They're getting hit up by the feds. You know what I'm saying? Again, girls are setting them up. Like, why do you think rappers in 2021 are such easy food?
Because, man, they're just trying to impress everybody. They're not being themselves. That's the problem with it. They're not being themselves. They're just doing it for clout. Yeah, that is a thing. You know, it's like, gotta be low key. Like, because if you're really doing what you're doing, like, you wouldn't be talking about it. Because we see what happens with, like, Bobby Shmurda, you know, like, got locked up for really talking about what he does, you know? Like, and every other rapper that's coming up talking about what they do, they always get locked up.
Yeah,
so
man.
It's like, you gotta keep it, like, you know, you gotta say, you don't have to be direct, you know, you could say it with swag, you know, you could say it with, like, a metaphor. I feel like you could say what you're doing without having to really say and bring yourself out. But I feel like people don't give a fuck, you know? I feel like people are just speaking what they want. Man. It's like crazy, man, because like we have so many rappers dying off of drugs, getting shot now. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, so young, man. And going back to what you were saying earlier about rappers talking about what they're doing in their songs, are you familiar with the Pooh Shiesty situation?
Yeah,
man. I mean, this dude literally word for word almost told what he did, and then they matched it with video cameras that pretty much said, yeah, he did steal those shoes, he did steal that weed, he did pistol whip that person. And it's like there was a time when I was coming up where rappers will lie about what they're doing in their songs. Nowadays they're telling the truth about what they're doing, dog. That's
what I'm saying, that they're just being like, you know, they're not giving a fuck, but they're being like too open because, you know, everything on the internet gets watched by cops. Everything you do, everything, especially once you become a rapper, I feel like I don't know if you heard, but I heard about the hip hop police. You know,
Of
like every
course.
city has.
They were
Every
around when
city
I was
has.
a kid. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, you know, as soon as you start claiming you're a rapper, you start getting a buzz. You get a buzz. I feel like they're gonna be watching you and eyeing you,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're talking about that type of stuff. I feel like cops would really be on you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta keep it low key, man. Just you ain't gotta brag too much, you know. But I feel like that's like I said, nobody cares no more. I feel like everybody just wants to do what they want to do and post it on the internet for everybody to see.
Yeah, yeah. And it seems like they're trying to out-top each other, and not only with music, but with like the disrespect. You know, they're smoking on such and such pack. I'm smoking this, smoking that. You know, you got Fulio and Young and Ace and all these dudes. You know, they're doing videos at grave sites and shit like that. Like, what are your thoughts about that aspect of hip hop, where they're just trying to be as disrespectful as possible?
Look, man, when it comes to that, I get it. Like, if you're like the King Von situation with the poop, like the whatever, the pack, like he was disrespecting somebody he beefed it with. So like, we never know how deep that beef went. So you know, if he feels like doing that, that's his, you know, like that's his decision. You know, like I can't say nothing for that. I just know like if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. People like it. I mean, people rock with it.
It's entertaining as fuck. That who I smoke. I bump the hell out of that song. I shouldn't be saying that, but I do. That shit's dope.
Yeah.
It's entertaining, but at the end of the day, people are dying over that shit.
Yeah, I know, man. But that's just the world we live in. People die every day off of crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, shit, yeah, it's a crazy situation, man. What are your thoughts? And this guy's kind of a past tense thing, but he's not really, because he pops up every couple of months, does something stupid, goes viral, and literally every time he releases a song, it gets 500 million views. I'm talking about the little Mexican red-haired kid the rainbow-haired kid from New York, 9 Trey Bloods. What are your general thoughts on Tekashi 6ix9ine, man? His whole journey.
Man, honestly, I feel like he was like the face of us, and like the Mexicans, especially Mexicans. Like I feel like he was like the only Mexican in our game. He just gave us a bad look.
Yeah.
So like
biggest rapper in the world at one point. Like for good, bad, or whatever. You know, he was the biggest rapper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That he was Mexican. I mean, like he was on the card. So I feel like he just gave us a bad look, and I feel like I don't know, man. I don't know why he does. I can't speak for how he moves, man, but I just know it's like he just gave us a bad look. Like. He could have kept it solid. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's it. Whatever he chose to do that. He needed it. I mean, it sounds like he needed to look like a gangster to get famous. So,
whether you like his music or not, were you sort of rooting for him at the beginning before all this snitching stuff?
Nah, I like some of the songs actually when I thought it was real. Like for real, I really did. Yeah, actually, I did like it. It was cool. You know, it was something different at the time.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So, yeah, but for him to come out like that, man, it's like, nah, I'm not really trying to listen to that no more.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not real. It's like when I rap because of shit that I've been through or like my feelings. So it's like, it's not real, man. So I don't want to listen to it.
Man, yeah, man. Well, shit, you say the word nigga a lot in your music. And anybody who grew up in the 562 like myself, they know it's just part of our language. It's just part of our slang or whatever the case is, kin to homie or whatnot. But what are your thoughts on people who are gonna say, "What's this Mexican dude, doing saying the N-word?"
I mean, like I have black homies also, so like like I have black homies and they don't trip. You know what I mean? I get it, I understand, but. It's just like that's how we talk. So I mean, it's normal now. I mean, I try to minimize it, but if I feel like saying it in that verse, like I'm just gonna say it. It's like I'm not really gonna stop it. I don't see no problem with it. I mean, people might see a problem with it, but it's just like where we grow up, it's not a problem.
Yeah, I would say fuck those people personally.
Yeah, for sure.
It is what it is. Do you have a verse that sums up your life, sums up what I'm saying, what you've been through, something that you could spit right now on the spot for us, a cool little 16?
Yeah, I got you on something.
Shit, whenever you're ready, homeboy, go for it.
I've been trapping off this life with no page pressing all issues, homie, what you made couldn't sleep on the floor, used to stay up, Reaper lurking on the side, hope don't take us, life's been tough, now we up, couldn't break us, bitch, we raised up, I'm so laced up, Richard Belly, I ain't nothing like you expected, realest from my section when you hear the people mention, never felt like shit was destined till I hit my first session, for my side, I stay repping, keep a Glock for my protection, hey.
Man, Richavelli. I want everybody to go to his YouTube channel, check out his new song, Rah Rah. I also want everybody to go to his Instagram, follow him on Instagram, Richavelli. It's been a pleasure, man. I want to wish you the best of luck, homeboy, and peace and love and everything to you do, man. I know you're going to go far if you keep your mind right and stay out of trouble.
For sure, man. And yeah, man, I hope you tap in. I got another video coming out. It's called Minnesota Code, man. Just be on the lookout for that.